Yo, what is up guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another review on the first of the TOTS cards. TOTS Wan-Bissaka. I actually got this card in one of my player picks. We're going to go through the card to see. So that's clips and summary. Before we get into all of that fantastic, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button and that bell so you know when I upload, and comment down below which TOTS cards you're going to be grabbing. And now let's get into the review. So guys, this is the team that I used Wan-Bissaka and played him in that right back slot in the 4-2-3-1, which is what I switched to eventually, and also did try him in that centre back slot. And overall guys, my first impressions of this card, I really love this card and how well he plays, how dominant he is, how physical he is as well. Without further ado though, let's just get into the review. Wan-Bissaka, 6 foot tall, medium high work rate, right footed, forces him to lose 2-star, weak foot, 7 games played, no goals scored and 3 assists. Now guys, everything for me is really lovely there. Even the medium high work rate on a fullback is fantastic, but especially on a centre back as well, if you're going to use him there, it really is fantastic. Has decent skill moves. I wish that weak foot was a little bit higher, however I'm not going to complain too much about everything. 3 assists as well from that fullback slot. He did get a number of passes off for me that managed to get me assists, so it was really nice to have that too. Getting into the details guys, I used an anchor on him, although I do think there are a couple of different ways you can go with this guy in terms of chemistry styles. We'll get into that more in the final summary. In terms of attribute details guys, the strengths of this card, the pros, the pace is really good, the physicality is fantastic other than the jumping, we will get into that shortly. The defending is all fantastic as well other than the heading accuracy. His dribbling stats are pretty decent as well, and he has decent short passing too. So overall guys, a very well-rounded skill set, especially again if you are going to use him as centre back, or even if you're going to use him at fullback, he is good at both. In terms of player traits guys, he's got the dives into tackles trait, no other traits to speak home of. So now that we've covered all that, let's get into some of the clips that I got with him. So guys, getting to some of Wan-Bissaka's clips. And what you guys are going to see is his general ability to play at that right back slot and how well he does in all aspects of defending particularly. Now the first thing I want to get into guys is his pace. His pace is really good, and particularly given how big he is as well. He moves really well guys, and does really well just in terms of covering ground, catching those quick opponents and being able to deal with them as well. In terms of the next stat category we're going to talk about guys, that is his passing. Now his passing is okay, his short passing is decent and you can use it to link up play quite well, but his long passing is quite poor at times, so you may need to boost this with the chemistry style. If you like to feed the ball down the line a lot more with longer passes, he will be better suited with a better chemistry style put on him for that. In terms of the defending guys, and this is the key one for me guys, how well he defends. This guy was really good at defending. Wan-Bissaka is super good at defending. He's very good one-on-one as well, and does very well just to take on all types of attackers, whether that's the quick pacey attackers who he can keep up with, or the bigger stronger attackers that he can physically compete with. He's able to do it all, and that nicely links into the next point that I have about this card, which is the physicality. And I think the physicality of this card is tremendous. I do feel like the jumping is a little bit low, and sometimes when you're going up for those 50-50 headers he can lose out to other players, but he has good size and great physicality to go with it in terms of strength and aggression and stamina too. So all of that builds into what is an absolutely fantastic right back, and even more importantly, given this year's meta, an absolutely fantastic centre back. And I truly do believe guys that he is capable of playing that centre back role. He's very good in that centre back slot, capable of taking on again all types of attackers, whether that's the attack midfielders, the wingers or the strikers, and stopping each and every one of them. To cap it off guys, another thing which I want to mention is that his attacking play isn't as bad as the card would suggest. He's able to go forward with the ball, he's able to dribble well, and he's able to cross the ball well as well. So you're able to create good opportunities with this card, contrary to what the card would suggest. The finishing isn't the best of course, which does kind of hold true, but I feel like with this card, as long as you don't aim to shoot too much with him, then you'll do really well with him as well. Use him more in the defensive aspects and he'll be phenomenal for you. The medium high work rates really do suit a centre back slot for this card, and if he did improve the jumping on this card, I feel like he'd be perfectly capable at doing any of the centre back things, which is where the anchor chemistry style comes in handy. And you guys have seen some of the ridiculous challenges that I've been taking on with this card, and he just makes it look so easy because of his length and size and ability to defend really well as well. In these last few clips guys, you're just going to see more of the same blocking shots with that length and size, using it to my advantage there to be able to snuff out the play and stop physical players getting past, and again just holding up the man, jockeying well there, slipping inside there and managing to get in the way and get a tackle in to steal the ball away there. And this final one here, more of the same in terms of his attacking ability and putting in a lovely cross to Thierry Henry. So guys, if we just get into this final Wan-Bissaka summary, we're not going to do too much of a price comparison, guys. We'll look briefly at it, but of course the prices are still so volatile right now. I don't think I'm going to cover that in this part of the review. Wan-Bissaka, in terms of his key stats, of course, great in terms of the pace, decent in terms of the defending as well, very decent, sorry, very good in the physicality as well. There are elements of this card which are lacking, of course, in each department, but I do feel like this card is so good and so physical, especially in that right back slot, in that centre back slot. He'll be phenomenal. If we look at the chemistry style, guys, an anchor is what most people are going to go for on this card. I feel like brings his jumping up, brings his strength right up, brings his defending up as well, and helps his pace out a little bit too. However, guys, I would say that there are merits to looking at other chemistry styles, particularly if you are going to play him at centre back. I do feel like that helping him out in other departments may help him out a little bit. An engine would be a good way to go as well. Maybe a little bit of a waste given his agility can't go much higher, but you get what I mean, guys, that there is another way to go with this card, another bunch of ways to look at this card too. In terms of the similar players, guys, I generally don't feel like there's a lot of cards that are similar. I feel like this card has really tremendous size for his position, and because of that is able to play really well at the slot. I actually think that this Lars Bender card is a very similar card in terms of playstyle and size and how they feel in game as well. This Wan-Bissaka though is better in my opinion. If we look at the linkability, guys, what we have is perfect links, of course, to Marcus Rashford, perfect links to Mason Greenwood, of course, on that right wing, perfect links to Luke Shaw as well. Strong links, of course, to English players across the Premier League, as well as other Manchester United players and English icons, and then weak links, of course, to other Premier League players. If we quickly look at the price, guys, you guys can see he is the 4th most expensive right back on the game right now, below Zambrotta, below Alberto, and Alberto's prime icon moments, above Trent Alexander-Arnold's Team of the Year card. Now, guys, I've tried this Trent Alexander-Arnold card. I do feel like this is a good card. I do feel like this Wan-Bissaka is better for me. Far more enjoyable in terms of just being able to do everything. Alexander-Arnold did feel just a little bit less capable in this Wan-Bissaka card, particularly in the defending department. I feel like Wan-Bissaka, especially with his length and his size, was really capable in that spot. Getting into the final recommendation, guys, of course, I do feel like the prices are still very volatile, and you can't really look at the price of this too much in a favorable way, considering where the prices are currently sitting. What I would say, guys, though, is when this price starts to dip down a little bit, this card is 100% worth it. It's easily one of my favorite cards of this promo, and I'm so glad I got it untradeable. It fits right into my team. Really do recommend picking up this card when the price does dip down a little bit. Hope you guys did enjoy this review. If you did, please do smash that like button. Until next time, I'll see you all in a bit.